previous video, we have discussed what is the reducible exact differential equation, and we have discussed one rule to find the integrating factor to make an equation as a exact. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is we are going to learn another rule which is based on the special pattern of the equation like this. Let's quickly revise what is the exact differential equation. A differential equation of this form is called exact if it satisfies this condition, that is partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. Once the differential equation is exact, we can write the solution of exact differential equation. For that, we need to take the integration of m with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, and integration of n with respect to y, but we will not consider any term of x. Means we need to consider only terms of y, is equal to integration of 0, that is equal to constant. Now, if the equation is not exact, means it is not satisfying this condition, in that case we will try to reduce it to the exact differential equation by using the integrating factor. In previous video, we have discussed the case of homogeneous. Whenever the m and n are homogeneous function in terms of x and y having the same degree, then the integrating factor is calculated by this form, provided the denominator term is not is equal to 0. Another special case involving x and y. Suppose we have the differential equation of this form, then the integrating factor is calculated by 1 upon mx minus ny. Now the point is how to remember this form. So here you can observe we have a function of xy, even it is a function of xy, y is multiplied with dx, x is multiplied with dy. Now what do you mean by function of xy? It means we have same power of x and y in the function. For example, if I write this, so we call it as a function of xy. Why? Because the power of x and y is same. Even here the power of x and y is same. Even this is a function of xy. How? We can write it as a xy raised to power 0. That becomes the 1. So whenever the power of xy is same and one y term is extra, and that is with dx, and here we have x that is multiplied with dy, that comes under this rule. In this case, we need to calculate the integrating factor, and in this case the integrating factor is calculated by this form. In the previous case there was a plus, in this case there is a negative sign. Now steps to solve the problem using rule number 2. Very first step is we need to check it whether it is in a standard form m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. If not, we will create it. After that we will check it whether the differential equation is exact. If not, we will proceed to the next step. If it is yes, then we will directly write the solution. Then we will check whether the equation map with this form or not. If yes, then we will find the integrating factor by this form. Multiply the entire equation with the integrating factor. This will give you a new equation that becomes the exact. And again, once we have exact differential equation, we can write the solution by the exact differential equation method. Now let's understand this rule clearly by solving a few examples. So here we have the first example. We need to identify whether this is in a standard form, that is m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. So as it is in a standard form, we can extract the value of m. So according to this, the value of m is y plus xy square, and the value of n is equal to x minus x square y. In the next step, we are going to check whether this differential equation is exact or not. For that, we are going to calculate the partial derivative of m with respect to y and n with respect to x. So the partial derivative with respect to y, keeping x as a constant in this case, is equal to 1 plus x 2 into y. And here partial derivative with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, 1 minus 2x into y. We are not getting the same terms. So as partial derivative of m with respect to y is not is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x, this implies given differential equation is not exact. As it is not exact, we will find the integrating factor. Think whether this is a homogeneous function. Clearly, this is not a homogeneous function. For homogeneous function, you just need to add the power of each variable. So here we are getting a power as a 3, here we are getting a power as a 1. So you can check it, both the terms are not containing the same power, so hence it is not a homogeneous. So it means we will move to the rule number 2. But in rule number 2, first step is we need y term here and here as a x. Let's rewrite this differential equation. So we can write it as 1 plus x y into y dx plus 1 minus xy into x dy is equal to 0. So now check, with x we have y, with y we have x, and it contains the terms x and y, or we can say that the power of x and y in each term is same. So it means we can calculate the integrating factor. So in this case, how we will proceed? So we can write as differential equation is of the form fxy into y dx plus gxy into x dy is equal to 0. Therefore, the integrating factor is equal to 1 upon mx minus ny. This is equal to 1 upon the value of m is this 1 plus xy into y multiplied with x minus n 1 minus xy into x multiplied with y. That can be further written as 1 upon xy is common. Remaining terms are 1 plus xy minus 1 minus xy, that is plus xy. So here 1 minus 1, that is 0, and xy plus xy becomes 2 into xy, which is further multiplied with xy. Therefore, the integrating factor in this case is 1 upon 2 x square into y square. Multiply this integrating factor with this differential equation and then further simplify it. So we can rewrite it as 1 by 2 into x square into y, because this y is get cancelled with this one time, plus the next term is 1 upon 2x into dx plus here 1x is get cancelled with this and we are getting 1 upon 2xy square minus 1 upon 2y into dy is equal to 0. Now this equation is exact. Therefore, the solution is written as integration of m with respect to x keeping y as a constant plus integration of n provided no terms of x into dy is equal to constant. According to this, the value of m is this and the value of n is this. Substitute the value of m here and we get this form. From n we just need to take the terms that contains y. It means we are not considering this term in this integration. So we have minus 1 upon 2y dy is equal to constant. Now integrate with respect to x, that is equal to 1 upon 2 y outside because it is constant. Integration of 1 by x square is minus 1 upon x plus 1 by 2 outside. Integration of 1 by x is log of x minus 1 by 2 outside. Integration of 1 by y is log of y is equal to c. Now check it, in each term we have 2. We can take this 2 with constant and we can rewrite it as minus 1 upon xy plus log of x minus log of y is equal to 2 times of constant, that can be written as another constant, let it be as c1. This is further is equal to minus 1 by xy We can club these to 1 and we can write log of x by y by using the property. Further, we can remove this log from here and we can rewrite it as log of x by y is equal to c1 plus 1 by xy. Now from here we can take the anti-log and it results x by y is equal to e raised to power c1 plus 1 upon xy. We can also rewrite it as e raised to power c1 into e raised to power 1 by xy, because if the base is same, power is added, and e raised to power constant is another constant, let it be a c2. And the rest of the terms are as it is. So this is the final journal solution in this case. Now let's solve this example. Again, the step is same. We need to check it whether this is in a standard form. So yes, this is in a standard form, that is m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Compare these two equations and find the value of m. The value of m in this case is x square y cube minus y. The value of n is equal to x cube y square plus x. After that, check it whether this is an exact differential equation. So for that, calculate partial derivative of m with respect to y, n derivative with respect to x, and that is also a partial derivative. So here we will take x as a constant. So x square is as it is. Derivative of this is 3y square minus 1. In this case, derivative with respect to x, keeping y as a constant. So y square is as it is. Derivative of this term is 3x square plus 1. As partial derivative of m with respect to y is not is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x, we can say that differential equation is not exact. As it is not exact, we will check it whether we can apply any rule to make it as exact. For that, we need to find the integrating factor. The first rule was check it whether this is a homogeneous function. Clearly, this is not a homogeneous because the sum of power is 5. Here it is 1. So, both not results the same number. Therefore, it is not a homogeneous. Second rule is for the special case where we need to identify the differential equation of the form fxy into y dx plus gxy x dy is equal to 0. So if we can rewrite this equation in this form, then we can calculate the integrating factor by this formula, that is 1 upon mx minus ny. Let's check it whether this differential equation is of this form. For that, we need to take y common because we need y dx. We will get x square y square minus 1 into y dx plus, from here we can take x common, x square y square plus 1 into x dy is equal to 0. Now check it whether this is the function of xy. Simply check it the power of x and y is same or not. So the power of xy is same. Power of xy here it is also same because it is 0, 0. And similarly here the powers of x and y are same. So clearly we can calculate the integrating factor by this form. So according to this, this is the value of m and this is the value of n. Substitute m and n here. It results 1 upon x square y square minus 1 into xy minus x square y square plus 1 into xy. More simplify this, 1 upon xy common. Remaining terms are x square y square minus 1 minus x square y square minus 1. This term is get cancelled with this. We will get minus 1 upon 2xy. Now once we have the integrating factor, next step is we will multiply this equation with the integrating factor. So this was the step number 1. And this is the step number 2. And here we have calculated the integrating factor, that is a step number 3. So next step is multiply given equation with integrating factor, and you will get an exact differential equation. More simplify this results minus 1 by 2. 1 x is get cancelled with x and 1 y is get cancelled with y. We will get x y square. Negative negative is positive, 1 by 2. Y is get cancelled with y. Simply you will get 1 by x multiplied with dx. Next term is minus 1 by 2. 1 x is get cancelled with x, y with y. It becomes x square y minus 1 by 2. X's get cancelled with x. We will get 1 by y form here into dy is equal to 0. Now this equation is exact. So once we have exact equation, we can write the solution. The general solution is calculated as integration of m with respect to x, integration of n with respect to y is equal to constant, but in this case y is constant, and here we will not consider any term of x. So no terms of x from the n. Using this formula we can write integration of m. So this is the m, keeping y as a constant, plus integration of n but no terms of x. So here we have n this. It contains two terms, but this term contains x. Here we are not getting any term of x. It means we can take this now is equal to constant. Now let's solve this integration. Minus 1 by 2 as it is. Integration of x is equal to x square by 2 and y square is constant, that is as it is, plus 1 by 2. 1 by x integration is log of x minus 1 by 2 is outside. 1 by y integration with respect to dy is log of y is equal to constant. More simplify this. You can check it. This term contains half. This is also containing half. This is also containing half. So we can multiply 2 with the entire equation. So you will get x square by 2 with a negative sign into y square plus log of x minus log of y is equal to 2 into constant, a new constant, let's suppose c1. That is equal to 2 times of c. More simplify this, that becomes minus x square y square by 2. Here we can write log of x by y is equal to c1. We can remove log from here. For that we need to take this term on the right hand side. Log of x by y is equal to c1 plus x square y square by 2. Take anti-log on both sides. This becomes x by y is equal to e raised to power c1 plus x square y square by 2. Subtract this one, that is e raised to power c1 into e raised to power x square y square by 2. So e raised to power c1 is another constant. So we can write the general solution in this case is equal to x by y is equal to some another constant, that is c2 e raised to power x square y square by 2. That's the final answer. So now it's your turn to solve this problem. Find the solution of this differential equation and comment below what is the answer you are getting in this case. In the next video, we are going to discuss the next two rules. So if you feel this video has helped you, and do like and share with your friends. Keep learning, keep practice. I will see you in the next video.